نور على مر الزمان تألقا وأضاء للدنيا طريقا مشرقا وهدى من الرحمن يهدينا به.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We at Salam Rock School extend a very warm welcome to one and all present here this auspicious day with Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Words are rose that are sprinkled with fragrance to invite one and all with warm greetings. But merely words, a heart felt feeling and filled with emotions and flavor to welcome you all. I'm a host, Mohammad with this Faisal, and we will be the host for today's TikTok competition.
Let's start the event in the presence of Almighty Allah on this promising day and make this day a successful one for Qirath of Farhan of class 11. We also to recite a beautiful verse from the Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله. فتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. والله الذي لا الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون. والله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. صدق الله العظيم.
MashaAllah. Beautiful saying. We rolled down the carpet of welcome for highly distinguished studies from market. So, and the participants of Community Public School, Al-Fajr International, Model International, Fathima Matriculation, Al-Hira and Salah sponsor. We extend a warm, heartfelt welcome to each and every one this year. This event is not just a competition, it's a celebration of knowledge, creativity and sportsmanship.
We are privileged to have a distinguished guest with us today, Mr. Rahman sir. He is an entrepreneur in e-learning business, a TEDx speaker, a storyteller, a life transformational coach, and an experienced professional in training human resources on leadership and project management. He believes that sharing knowledge and skills is the key to transform others, which brings profound joy and happiness and provides a great way to building an awesome relationship with society. Being a vivid storyteller and an excellent communicator, he has trained 500 plus parents on building strong relationships with their children. He is a strong advocate of work-life balance and has a knack for turning the troubled relationship into an awesome relationship. His passion for training, mentoring, and coaching started from his college days and continued throughout his corporate career. He has made a difference in the lives of many of his team members by training them on project management, leadership, communication, and conflict management skills. He holds a Bachelor of Engineering degree from the University of Madras. He is an accomplished IT professional with a solid 21 plus years of experience in developing software products. As a certified corporate trainer from the Indian Academy of Training and Development, he has trained accomplished individuals from the Indian Army, education industry, medical IT, manufacturing, banking sectors, and also executives from various backgrounds. On behalf of everyone present here, I extend a warm welcome, sir.
Today we gather here to witness the immense wit and passion for talents and students who gather here. share their thoughts and ideas on various topics. This competition is not a platform for students. It is a showcase to their public speaking skills and intellectual powers. Without further ado, let's dive into this competition.
Before we begin, let me go over some important rules and guidelines. Each speaker will have 85 minutes to present their speech. Our esteemed judge will evaluate each speech based on the criteria such as content, delivery, and overall impact. A kind request to the audience to remain silent during each speech to give our participants the respect and focus they desire.
Alright, so now let's begin this. I shall talk about the speeches of jury category first.
First, we have Al-Fajr school, Afeef, Adil, Aleem.
Have a loud mashallah.
Adil of 810 Al-Fajr. Give a warm welcome to you all, and I would like to thank our school to give this opportunity to perform this lecture. So, moving towards my topic. My topic is youth as agents to change on technology. So, I will be saying some points on this innovative entrepreneurship, developing diversity tech, digital advocacy, education training, privacy policy, and some of the social impacts and diversity and inclusion, critical thinking and ethics, and finally, I would like to add some points on tech leadership programs. Moving towards innovative partnerships, so any person who do a startup, youth can help them. As youth are agents for this. Youth as agents for the things for entrepreneurship, and they can help other people's to. They can create sites and develop them in making business, in innovative entrepreneurship. So digital advocacy. You can see that most scams are happening in and around our areas. So youth as agents for this future can prevent the scams by making awareness programs and many more things. Going towards education and training, so we can get more knowledge and more skills by the use of this. Youth can make they can develop any sites app for knowledge. Like we have this online workshop, like and online teachings and all. So with this, you can build a site or an app for others to help it. Going towards the policy influence, you can create a huge awareness in the policy place. So you can make sites and apps for other people to help them to go. Like for example, like if you have any, if you are doing any big project, so you can help in that lines. Now in social impact, now mainly you can help in this part. So they can help them by using the network part, and they can help them like social impact. Social impact is just helping others. So you can create sites and things for donation. As you can see, the pandemic has been happening throughout areas and through the countries, and you can help in that. Like for example, there's a war zone, and this thing, you can create a site for the donation of the people. So it could be helpful for others, and that's the social part. And going towards diversity and inclusion, going towards diversity and inclusion, you can help others with a rapid pace. Critical thinking and ethics. You can make any intelligence programs like critical thinking. Like, we have to make a ton of paper with it creates more than 17 to 25 trees. So we can use e-books for it to prevent learnings. There will be more paper being wasted, so you can use tech literacy programs. You can invite other peoples and make them and get the knowledge of what the things is. So summing up all, I could say that youth are agents to make it.
Yes, sir. MashaAllah. Moving on to the next speaker, we have Mohammad, Raihan, Al-Fajr.
All the best.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before starting my TED talk, all praises be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and thank you for giving me this fabulous opportunity to be here today. To introduce myself, I am Mohammad Raihan from grade 10 in Al-Fajr International School. I stand before you to talk about the topic of paramount importance. Are youths capable of being an agent of change in technology? Well, in this rapidly evolving world, the intersection of youth and technology is completely reshaping our economies, societies, and cultures. In the age of digital transformation, the youths are not just passive consumers of technology, my friends. They are its architects, engineers, and innovators. Their fresh perspectives, unyielding determination, and boundless creativity helps them to be catalysts for progress. Through their innovative spirit, they are able to drive advancements in biotechnology, artificial intelligence, and renewable energy and beyond. Moving on, one cannot ignore the fact that today's youth are digital natives. Technology is an integral part of their daily lives. This familiarity brings not just comfort but expertise. Armed with this, they can create solutions to complex global challenges and break digital barriers. Furthermore, they are advocating for inclusivity in technology. They are also advocating for diversity in the tech workforce, advocating that different voices from different people can be heard by everyone. By doing this, they are not only promoting social equity, and they are also promoting quality and relevance of every technological innovation. However, this journey is not without any challenges, my friends. The rapid pace of technological development often outstrips our ability to comprehend about the ethical, social, and environmental implications. Here, the youth serve as a moral compass, questioning the status of all things and urging for responsible technological development. They are urging for digital privacy, cyber security, and so on. To harness the full potential of our youth, we can invest in the education, such as like STEM education, coupled with critical thinking and ethical reasoning, and mentorship and collaboration with experienced professionals and young innovators can foster an environment where ideas flourish and innovations thrive. So in conclusion, the youths are not just the leaders of tomorrow, my friends. They are the architects of today's technological landscape, and by empowering them, by investing in their education, and fostering a culture of innovation and inclusivity, we pave a way for a future where technology can be used as a force for good. Jazakallahu khairan for your attention.
MashaAllah. Next, we are moving on to the Unit Public School. We have the first speaker, Muaaz.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Do you remember the first time you heard the name James Bond? The world famous secret agent left a mark on fictional history that may not be fading anytime soon. Growing up, many kids have wanted to be like him, but parents would have told you that it was highly unlikely. However, what if I told you that becoming a secret agent is actually possible? Let me explain. We, the youth of our nation, hold the power within us to become an agent of change in our society, whether secret or not. A hearty morning to all of you present here. I stand before you today with my legs shaking like the river Nile and my heart beating as fast as Jackie Chan in an attempt to spread my ideas of how youth can greatly impact the field of technology as it is today. First off, what is technology? Well, technology refers to the application of conceptual knowledge to achieve practical goals. For example, we have machines, software, etc. You all know the examples. And moving on, the infamous COVID-19 obviously played a huge role in our lives. The lockdown period was probably one of the darkest periods in recent human history. During this lockdown, all of us were basically shut off from each other. There was no physical contact. Due to this, schools and colleges had to eventually resort to a whole new method of teaching through digital platforms, also known as online classes. Online classes, in turn, led to a huge rise in the usage of many electronic devices, like mobile phones, gadgets, tablets, you know the rest. Now, obviously, online classes had many cons. Students kept cheating during the exams, and many of them did not even attend the classes properly. But looking at the bright side, it also had a few pros. Because everything was mostly digital and online based, students, young boys and girls had no choice but to get used to the ways of tech. As a result, most of the students who have gone through the entire online classroom experience are black belts in Tech 1-2, pun intended. Parents and family members asking for help from the younger members of the family is getting increasingly more popular and common. And the rapid rise of video gaming during lockdown also helped increase the technological knowledge of young people. Moreover, youth are highly influential when it comes to social media, with some of them having millions and millions of subscribers/followers on their respective platforms. An example of this is the 10-year-old toy reviewer Raihan, as you can see. Raihan was the highest paid YouTuber in the world for 3 years straight, making $30 million in the process, which is absolutely mental. He is subscribed to by 36 million people, which, roughly speaking, is around 3 times the population of Chennai. Again, mental. Now, while many adults struggle to make their voices heard in society, young toddlers like Raihan use their technological prowess to amplify and resonate their ideas to the world. Now, all of this points to the same spot. Youth are experts at technology. Their innovation and their creativity can play a huge part in the development of not only a single nation, but an entire blue world. Now, of course, technology does have its bad sides. What with the madness of digital black market on one side and the chaos of artificial intelligence on the other. But in that extreme darkness, in that void of what we call the dark web, lies a single bright spark whose twinkle contains unfathomable amounts of untapped potential, just waiting to be released. And that twinkling star is the spark of our Earth's youth. So tuck in your shirts, buckle your belts, and get yourself an Aston Martin. It's time to unleash our inner James Bonds to become the ultimate agents of change. Adults hold the harness of the carriage, but we alone hold the power to run it. After all, what good is a horse carriage if there is no horse? I am Mohammad, and I hope you like my talk.
Thank you. Moving on to the next speaker, Abid from UPS.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته again. I am Abid from UPS from 10th grade. And I am going to speak about youth as agents of change in technology. Today, let's deep dive into a topic that's as relevant as it is important. Youth as agents of change in technology. Youth, we live in an era of fast-paced electricity, and you know what? Our young folks are just digital natives, are the ones conjuring up magical spells of technology and innovation. As of 2022, yes, as of 2022, a whopping 50% of the world, yes, a whopping 50% is under the age of 30. Yes, that's right. 50 more, the majority of the world is navigating Snapchat filters, scrolling through reels, and doing TikTok dance challenges every day. But that's not the only thing we do. As youngsters, I'm just swiping left and right. We are driving the tech revolution. And like modern day alchemists, we are turning bits and bytes into big breakthroughs. So let's pick up some numbers and figures into the body. In healthcare, for example, AI diagnosis, telemedicine, and remote patient monitoring systems are the patents which have been issued by more than 50% of young people. And in education, during the COVID-19 chaos, about 90% of people, 90% of students were their lives were affected because their schools closed down and they had to attend to online class. But worry not, our tech-savvy, youthful experts have set up Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy, for example, to help proving that we're not just swiping left or right. We are not just watching cat videos, we are for knowledge. Climate action. As of 2021, over 60% of renewable energy patents worldwide are created by the youth. They are like eco-wisdoms, crafting sustainable solutions for renewable energy and climate conservation. Business. When it comes to startups, the younger generation isn't fooling around. About 27% of all global startups, all global entrepreneurs are from the age group of 24 to 34, meaning that we like to implement our ideas. And some young innovators, for example, Kalyani Srivastava, who from a town of Jhansi, which is very poor, most of the people in Jhansi live below the poverty line. Meaning they don't have any money to afford anything, and Jhansi is a very hot and humid town. So Kalyani Srivastava has brought relief and cheer to a community by creating a low-cost AC for just 1,800 rupees. This AC uses a 12-watt DC fan, blowing air into a thermocol ice box, and results in a drop of 4 to 5 degrees in an hour. And next, Sikando Mandal. This youngster from Andhra was triggered into developing a manual garbage collection device because he was just tired of seeing garbage strewn all over his campus and his streets. So the initial model of this manual lightweight device which is wooden fast food furniture, bike brakes, and bicycle chains has now customized spaces to keep the roof, water bottle, and other waste materials. Now, in conclusion, let's not forget that while young minds are doing these technological wonders, they face their own challenges. We require mentorship, access to education, mentor, and resources. And this can be as elusive as the golden snakes in a Quidditch match. Actually, it's the Harry Potter one. The digital divide affecting about 53% of the world's population in 2021 is a real issue. It's like some of us are stuck with high-tech, crazy gadgets, where some others are stuck with cursed and old relics. In conclusion, these tech users are not just tech users, they're tech fossils shaping our future. It's our duty to be their guides, providing them with all the information and mentorship that they need, and not impose our ideas on them. Because if we impose our ideas on them, they might just end up losing their ability to make ideas. We might end up in case. I say like, thank you for your attention. Assalamu alaikum.
MashaAllah. We call Abdullah from ABS.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are citizens of the world. The tragedy of our times is that we do not know this. This statement by Woodrow Wilson emphasizes the current situation of our world, and this is the mentality which the youth are working towards changing. But before entering our topic, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Abdullah. I am here representing the Unity Public School, and I am going to speak on the topic Youth as Agents of Change Pertaining to Globalization. But before understanding how this change will occur, we need to know what globalization means. Globalization is basically the interaction and integration between cultures, ideas, industries, and so on all over the world. But as any human topic, globalization has both the positives as well as the negatives. Some of the positives of globalization include betterment of quality of life all over the world, helping underdeveloped countries to become more well-developed, and interconnecting all of the countries in the world. And as you can see here, it has affected India's economy in a very positive way, as it has helped it surpass the UK and become the fifth largest economy in the world. But on the other hand, there are also a lot of negative impacts of globalization. It has contributed to loss of jobs in the domestic market. It has increased the global inequality. It has increased the opportunities for corruption and so on all over the world. So, why are the youth the ideal candidates to be the agents of change? Well, it's because they have experienced the peak of globalization to their own lives. They are the ones who can understand the cons as well as the pros. And now they are currently learning how to tackle and eliminate all these cons. And I truly believe when they have started implementing what they have learned, they will emancipate and liberate all the fields of globalization from corruption and inequality. Some of the ways to which they can do this is by bringing about some anti-corruption policies and laws which abolish inequality. So, who are the ones who will bring about such a change? Who are the youth? Well, they are the ones who will be inculcated with good morals as well as proper ethics. They are the ones who will be embedded with discipline, honor, and most of all integrity. The ancient philosopher Socrates once said, I am not an Athenian, or am I a Greek, but I am a citizen of the world. Through this statement, we can understand that the concept of globalization has existed from a long time ago. But it has had a rapid growth in the past few decades. This rapid growth can be attributed to the exponential advancement of technology, which directly correlates with why the youth are the ideal candidates to be the bringers of change for the betterment. Well, it's because they are the ones who can utilize the technology to its maximum potential, and it's also because they are the ones who truly understand the core of technology. And then, through my concluding statements, I'd like to ask every one of you, do you think that without globalization and without the development of globalization, that the world can truly move forward? Do you think that without globalization, that all the conflicts can be eradicated? Do you think that there can be a lasting and constant peace? Well, the answer to that is no. And through globalization, the youth will ensure that no injustice is left hidden and that no good deed is left unappreciated. And in the future, I assure you that this globalization won't be such a controversial topic, but it will be viewed as one of the best. It will be viewed as one of the best tools which has been used for the development of globalization for the world. Thank you for your time. Jazakallahu khair.
MashaAllah. Moving on to to our next speaker, we have Affan Ismayl from UPS.
Ladies and gentlemen, myself Afan Ismayl, representing Unity Public School. Allow me to introduce you to my fascinating hobby. Any guesses? Probably not. As it is a skill that many of us have already mastered. I'm talking about the art of scrolling. But what are we scrolling through, you might ask? Well, we are scrolling through those addictive little reels, the kind that have turned the most patient among us into restless speedsters. Now, applying this level of impatience to other aspects of life could actually lead us to an innovative problem solving. Now, I would like to twist my Rubik's Cube a bit and leave it unsolved, and instead of explaining the solved black or white side, I'm going to explain to you the colorful unsolved side, which is my perspective about this topic. Impatience. The world moves faster, and people want to move faster. But how does the world move faster? There are many aspects on how the world moves fast. Globalization is one among them. We can understand that globalization has broken the barriers of our nation and made the world a village, or created a transnational socio-economic cultural space. Once we look into culture, are people really globalized, or are they just localized? They want to be a part of the global cultural realm. They want to be a part of the global cultural realm and adopt the cultural symbols beyond their boundaries. However, they are still designated by their local identity, and they express their local culture via new media. Although the global and cultural interactions are explicit, they make many impact on various aspects of everyday life. For example, food. Instead of savoring a meal on a good traditional banana leaf, most of us prefer using a good old fork and spoon. Or even in their dressing style. Take, for instance, the global reach for Korean culture. Many of the people in my circle are diving headfirst into Korean dramas, anime, BTS, and whatnot. They slowly adapt to the Korean or even Western cultures, and even in their dressing style. But not only in their dressing style, in many aspects like communication, entertainment, political consciousness, and engagements. But let us ask, who adopts these rapid changes? Usually, it's youths who initiate to adopt changes. So, for example, we can look at the Arab Revolution, also known as the Jasmine Revolution. The youth were the ones who initiated a revolution against the local rules to stop autocracy and start democracy. So, I think it was the starting period of Facebook when they spread this awareness of this revolution through the globe, through media. Another example would be the legendary Jamaican singer, Bob Marley. I think many of us are already aware. He voiced his concepts through music, and it was youth who spread his ideologies through music. Anyways, to sum it up, I'm not here with any conclusion. Let us question ourselves. Where have we scrolled to in this fast-paced, ever-evolving world? Have we stopped scrolling long enough to hold on to our culture? Or are we lost in this digital storm of globalization? This journey continues, and the scroll of life keeps scrolling. Thank you.
MashaAllah. Moving on to the next school, All International. We have Adil Suhail.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد. What if I told you that a small piece of technology in our pockets is going to change the world? Often viewed as a real source of entertainment could be the key to shape the world. What if I told you that the youth are using this small piece of technology to make a remarkable impact on the technological world? What can the device be like? In our pockets, we hold the device that have the power to connect, educate, and learn. What am I talking about? What is the device in my pocket am I talking about? Any guesses? I mean, I guess everybody should have known by now. Everybody is familiar with this. Imagine the world in the palm of your hands. Everything is possible. Imagine the possibilities that can be done. But let's be honest over here. We the youth tend to be captivated with these alluring devices, seamlessly scrolling, binge watching. But don't get me wrong. There's nothing inherently wrong with leisure and entertainment. But there is more to these devices. One question. How many of us use a phone daily? I bet like everyone uses, right? There's no doubt in that, yeah. Now, let's go to the hardcore uses. How many of us use a phone at least 2 hours per day in a non-beneficial way? It does not benefit you. Okay, let's see a few people. We both are literally sailing in the same boat. In fact, perhaps what's more worse is here. I'm a little so-called social media addict, as you can see. I'm a little so-called social media addict. See, and I can tell you this is the worst prediction. Imagine yourself, picture this. You're stuck in an endless loop of scrolling. You know it's impacting your health, your work, everything. But see, I could not come out of this until I saw these very unique, remarkable individuals. And make it clear, they are the same, they're humans like me and you. They are the same age of me and you. Allah gave them the same phone that I'm holding right here. But what they did, they built apps, they made websites, they solved the problems of society. In fact, they big companies. But see what I'm doing here. The same phone, I'm just holding, okay, like this, okay. But the same phone they're using to make billions of dollars. Well, I don't have financial freedom. I have to go, mommy, can I get 5 rupees for this? That's the situation of mine. Though we are the same. See, it's totally clear. We know that we the youth know about these cell phones more than anywhere else. Because we are glued to it. Remember the COVID time? We were glued to our screens for hours and hours. What does that tell us? We know the in and out of these devices. We can surely become the agents of change if we can adapt to the world that is moving at such a high pace now. The new things are coming right now. For example, the new revolution that is happening in the industry. Artificial intelligence. People be like, nah man, it's just a buzzword. Remember, it had stuff like NFTs, stock market, cryptocurrency, that Bitcoin, that was a buzzword. And I can assure you, artificial intelligence is more than a buzzword. It is here to stay. Generative AI, it was so powerful. They even have AI for anything. Writing, yeah, AI. Editing, yeah, AI. What if I tell you that the PPT was made by AI? I don't do anything. Just put a prompt. 2 minutes, I got a PPT ready. That's the power of AI. And I am sure if we can harness this artificial intelligence, surely we will become the agents of change. We will become remarkable in the history of technology. There's so many AIs out there nowadays. And see, AI makes things less. Imagine the two types of people. One guy edits a video for 2 hours. He comes with a very average output. The other guy uses AI, only 20 minutes, very high quality output. Who will the industry choose? Surely the guy using AI. So it's very clear to us. If we can surely harness the power of AI, and if we can use the cell phones the right way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this much big of a ni'mah to us. If we can surely use this the right way, adapt to the change that is happening in the globe. Technology is revolutionizing each and every time. Then I can surely bet that we will be the agents of change in technology. And I can 100% guarantee you, if you can use this device in my hand at the right situation, at the right time, surely the next CEOs, the next big CEOs, the next Google, the next Microsoft, the next Meta, and whatnot, the next CEOs, everyone are going to be from here. And whenever we talk about AI, we get this very famous phrase, AI is going to take over all jobs and all. But let me rephrase that. That's actually wrong. AI is not going to take over all jobs, but rather the person using AI is going to take over all jobs. That's what I said. So if we can use the power of AI and use what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with, surely the next CEOs of Facebook, everybody are going to be from here. The next problem solvers of our society are going to be from here. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us with this, and I can tell we the youth of Agent of States are going to be the biggest of in the history you will witness and is going to witness. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq, actually doing the right way. Ameen. Wa akhiru da'wan alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. And And now the question arises for you. How will you use this word? Do you want to become the agents of change or the product of change? Then both of you, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah. Because all words giving a big lot of MashaAllah.
Moving on to the next speaker, we have Abdullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Why is it that as humans we safeguard and treasure every single item in our inventory? If I ask you to give me a shoes or give me a phone, you'll obviously reject me, and I would do. But why isn't this the same for the only place in this vast universe that is inhabitable to us, our planet Earth? It's a fact that we humans take things casually. We think that all this end-worlding, heat death, global warming is all fake and will happen after we die. It won't affect us in any way. I thought the same until I learned how all the improvement of humankind towards Earth is catching up, and it's happening much faster than we could have ever anticipated for. It's not that we don't know what's happening. If I ask any of you to name a few of the problems happening right now, in the chorus you say global warming, plastic pollution, ozone layer depletion, and so on and so forth. It's all celebrated stuff. But did you actually learn how devastating these are? Climate change, for example, is an issue that is close to home. The recent extreme weather, such as heavy downpours during the dry seasons and an extreme lack of rain during the wet seasons, has resulted in crop failures affecting millions of farmers in India. The irony of the situation is that compared to our large carbon footprint, theirs is significantly smaller. So why do they have to pay a heavier price? Now, the question that lingers in everyone's mind is, what can we, a bunch of teenagers, do? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves, so how are we expected to save the world and our future? I have found myself asking the same questions, because we find ourselves consumed in our daily routines. Eating, sleeping, browsing the internet, surviving school. Honestly, even maintaining this is hard, and I'm no exception. However, this doesn't mean we lack capability for change. Consider a young girl, Sneha Shah, who's the same age as us, who took it upon herself to revive rivers. Up to date, she's extracted nearly 700 kilograms of waste from a national river that was thought to be a gutter. Now she is gearing up to restore the only perennial river in Tamil Nadu, Tamil. All the while, what have we been doing? Personally, I've been scrolling mindlessly in social media. If I told you that donating as little as 1 rupee will help, you'd probably mock me and laugh at me. But you'd be surprised at how small actions add up to noticeable change. Take this room for example. There's approximately 150 people here. If each of us donated just 1 rupee or 10 rupees, in a day we could have garnered 1,500 rupees. What's crazy is considering it was just 1 rupee. Imagine it was just 10 rupees. Imagine 20, 30, maybe even 100 rupees. Now, if you're like me and don't even have that much, don't worry, because making a change doesn't have to involve money. In fact, it could be argued that money is part of the problem. Most of us as students don't have this amount of money to donate. So what? You can still make YouTube videos to raise awareness, start crowdfunding campaigns, or stop littering. Littering is a major actionable step that no one talks about for some reason. However, its use is so great. But for some reason, no one talks about it. In the next 20 and 30 years, we are going to be the next adults. It's up to us to make a change. Every action we do matters. So be the change and inspire others. There's 8 billion of us with all of our unique dreams. Each of us has unique dreams. For me personally, I want to become a YouTuber and become rich. I don't know about you. Perhaps you want to become a doctor, or you want to become an engineer, or something else. But just remember that there's 8 billion people, 8 billion dreams, and only one earth.
Now we have next school, Fathima school. We have Rupesh.
Good morning to all present, sir. I am Rupesh. I am from Fathima Central Senior Secondary School. I am here to speak on the topic globalization in education. How globalization plays a crucial role in education. Before going direct to the topic, let us clear what is globalization. Globalization is nothing but the interaction and integration among the companies and the government worldwide. So let us see how education can be globalized. So in education, it refers to the increase in mobility of the students and teachers worldwide. So as an educator to be more inclusive worldwide. So due to globalization, the importance and the quality of education has been improved. And due to that, the various countries have got variety of opportunities worldwide. So and then what is the role of teacher in this? So they try as a student of as in an individual process of their development. So then how it is connected to the education? How globalization is connected to education? Let us see about that. So everyone knows, so here it well, that education for globalization, the country's will is depend upon the literate people and the education system that what the country has. So education plays a crucial role among the countries. So as a method in our school, we are using art integration method. So to educate the people, which makes it is an easy method that all the students in our school can learn very easy and efficient way. So by this approach, we are exchanging variety of things such as political concept, variety of education systems, and etc. For example, last month we have done a Malaysian project where in that project more than 7 countries have been participated with us. So we are discussing about how the student can be developed in their career and about what can they do in their future. So like that, we are doing many things. So let us see about what is art integration. So basically, art integration is nothing but where art is integrated to the curriculum, which the student can easily learn efficiently in a joyful method. So why we need art integration? So it helps the all kinds of learners. I think all kinds of learners, we all may know there are 3 kinds of learners: auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. So and it also increases the span of attention. So span of attention. So who all knows what is span of attention? I will explain myself. The span of attention, for example, if a child pays less attention to the teacher in the classroom, by using this method, he may pay more attention to the concept of the event topic. So this topic, like art integration, includes variety of aspects such as joyful way, fun, and acting skill, and etc. So I prefer that it is the more efficient and easy method that all the children, even poor children or poor in learning, I mean, so all the kind of children can easily understand it. But all these are exterior. But what is the foremost thing that what I experienced as a student in my school. So what I experienced, you may think. So for me, it is a new experience in my school that by doing this art integration things. As I already studied in 3 schools before, and this is a new thing, new experience to me. And we also added a TC period, take a theatrical club to our timetable. So by doing this, after completing each chapter in each subject, we used to make theses in our classroom, in our school. So by doing this, all the children in our classroom can understand the concept very clearly, and even local corner he can understand. So then, what are school experience? So what are school experience? This is the topic of Save the Tiger, which was the lessons in the school, in the class. So as our teacher teaches about what is this chapter, they teach us about the concept of tiger. So we are learning after doing that chapter, after completion of that chapter, our students have had the presence of the tiger, and enacted as a tiger to the students and make an awareness video of how the tigers can be saved and what are the properties and characteristics of the tiger and how it is going to be endangered due to our humans. So next, this is is about that happy classroom. This was done by our second grade of our school. They are learning about how the leaves, what are like different varieties of leaves, and each child has the different shapes of leaves, so which they can even know the smells, different shapes, and the veins of the leaves. And they enjoy this chapter with a joyful method, like having fun by doing this with wearing a different kinds of costume and traditional method. So if this has been learned in the normal method of learning, they may not get the experience, hands-on experience and fun and knowledge. Son, last, we all know that in 10th we have trigonometric chapters. So I think many of them have doubt in the trigonometric chapters. But we have learned it with an easy method, as after completion of the trigonometric chapter, we have made by using video, we have cut it into a triangular shape, and we have measured the length and breadth
Till 6.5 minutes. Yeah.
So we have cut it into a different shapes, and we also find the length and breadth, and using the Pythagoras theorem, we have found the trigonometries and other trigonometries ratios. So this was the graph which before the art integration method, what the students scored here, and after the art integration method, they have improved. We can hear. So as a conclusion, what I'm going to say this to our world. So as a student in my art integrated classroom, what I experienced is a very efficient way. So it enhances the 21st century, like all these skills. Here in well, it enhances all the 21st century skills, like leadership skill, critical thinking, and problem solving skill. So please, I request that all these schools in our world can using this, by using this art integrated project, all the kind of learners like kinesthetic, auditory, visual, dyslexis, and ADHD. ADHD is nothing that attention, dyslexics, hyperactive disorder can also come to school happily and rule the future world. Thank you.
MashaAllah. Moving on to the next speaker, we have Suhail.
So, yeah. Good morning, all present here. I'm Yojith from Fathima Central Senior Secondary School. And I'm here to talk about technology with PBL. PBL is nothing but project-based learning. Yeah, project-based learning is making an instructional way to make students understand a project or an lesson in an interactive way so that they can understand it properly. And these are its advantages. And after doing this, the students will choose their own subject on what they are doing and what the project they are taking. So they have their full involvement in it. And they take proper feedbacks on about their seniors and take help from them so that they can develop their project. And these are the projects I did. Yeah. After I have phone, I have everything. But should I be like someone who is sitting idle and doing nothing? No. I did it. GSM. IoT and GSM. Yeah. This is a project called Music Beacon. It is a project which is connected to the ambulance so that an ambulance can reach hospital on time. It has 3 buttons, which has 3 sectors of an area. Has 3 numbers of the sectors, traffic police inspector. And if we press that button, an SMS will be sent to the police officer so that he can clear the traffic before an ambulance will arrive. Graphical analysis. Yeah, this is sad, but we have to agree that the death rate of our country is more because of an ambulance couldn't reach the hospital on time. This is an interesting project. As you all know, during 2019 and 20, we have a locust attack. You know, right? It has damaged many crops, human livelihood, and badly affected them. Yeah. drum. Yeah, I have to conclude that sitting idle is not what you think. We have much technology, AI, and we are going to develop it actually. And I conclude that I have only one thing to say to the world, that technology is a powerful thing, and technology is not only a technology. It can make us understand that understand the society's poorness, how they are damaged. We can make it clear, right? So yeah, that's my point. Thank you.
How many of you consider yourself as the agents of change? Show of hands, please. Alright, fair enough. If you would have asked me the same question a month ago, I would have replied with complete silence. But now, I am with a complete changeover. What was this changeover, you may ask? It's all because last week, when I discussed with my parents about my job, youth as the agents of change of globalization, they asked me, how globalized you are? I was blank for a moment. I couldn't think about anything. That time I was holding my phone in my hand. And then suddenly, a sparkle came into my mind. I replied to them that the phone I was holding has a Taiwanese ship, a Korean display, assembled in China by Bangladeshi workers in a Singapore plant transported by Pakistani lorry drivers, placed an order on the American online store Amazon, watched by an Indian fellow named Rahman using a British onboard for network. That's how globalized I was. I stood up for what happened. I thought globalization as a way of connecting people without any limitation of boundaries in the field of doing business. They agreed until they asked me a question. As a responsible human being, what is your purpose? Society. Now, the world faces many global challenges, like the Israel-Palestine war. Just keep it status quo. Pray for Palestine. Does it give any change to them? Well, it might not give us that much of change. But what are those helpless and distressed people need right now? They need something important. But what do I know? I'm only 13. Wait. No, I actually turned 14 a month ago, yeah. I am financially dependent on my parents for basic income. However, it means one thing and one thing only. Getting the beloved sum of money from your parents and family members known as ED or India. And of course, I stayed up my area and together with the help of my dad, we searched for the Palestine Fund raises in our family surroundings. Thankfully, we found the Palestine Relief Fund Connecting Authority members. Yes, ready to stand with those Palestinians during their darkest hours. Collected money in our family surroundings. And of course, I gave a part of my India as well. That was a very honest aha moment in the last 14 years of my life. Youth icons are always responsible for peace and prosperity. Recently, I was moved by Yojith, a young Punjabi is taking action to not only improve his life, but the life of others. When Yojith broke his glasses at school, he realized how hard it was for him to learn without money. This experience changed his perspective of life. He started thinking about the millions of children who cannot afford connecting either. So, at the age of 14, he started the Sight Learning Organization to help find that connecting either for the people that really need them. He has helped not 2,000, not 20,000, not 200,000, but 500,000 kids from 5 different countries to see better. And so let me talk from Bangladesh. Young people as agents of change. Of course, as an individual, it is very difficult. Even so, it is
technology is a great servant, but a dangerous master. My name is Talu, and my theme of today's talk is how Gen Z can change or globalize the world with technology. I am terrified. I am terrified because today the all day long engrossed in some kind of technology, whether it is your phone or tablet or something else. Why are you so engrossed in it? Don't you have anything to do? What will happen to your future? These are the words of my father. Scary, right? What could be the answer for it? For me, the same few words. Papa, I was just going to start studying. Isn't that the answer for all of us? This is a lighter. The energy inside is just like our energy. Fuel inside it is just like our energy. We use it again and again, it is old. See? Not working. It matters whether we use it to do something valuable or waste our own energy. Just a few seconds ago, I said a word, Gen Z, Generation Z. Again, scary. Why are we the last generation? It's just because of some climate change, disease, blah blah blah. But for our topic, it matters because we're the last generation of the world full of technology. Also the first with technology in most parts of the world. That also means that we will shape the future of technology. Lot of work. I'll not be able to help you guys because I have my homework to do. It can be us who will change the world with technology. We don't be inside the technology, rather use technology for good. Speaking about myself, you can identify that I have a PhD in wasting time. Let me say my timetable. In the morning, I go to school. In the evening, I scroll. At night, again, I scroll. Right? Again, I scroll. Do by any chance I look like a 10th grade student? Well, coming back to the point, I can just imagine in the next 15 years, the whole world will be a Times Square. If you don't know what Times Square is, I would like to ask you a question. Do you live under a rock? Not only will the world be Times Square, but we will have flying cars too. You will say, nah, it is not possible. Because the same was said 15 years ago. My answer would be yes. But it is completely different. Because the last 15 years were all concentrated on building the base. Imagine, this is a base. The workers who have built it are dead. Now you say, whether it is hard to build a base or a whole structure. Wait, building the base of Burj Khalifa was much more difficult than the whole structure. Now, it's a whole monument of its own. And also, the tallest building in the world. But in this world of technology, you will build the structure with the provided base. I can say that we will change or globalize the world with technology. One prime example is the youngest CEO and founder of a technological company. He is a technology enthusiast and entrepreneur. He has already worked in projects involving artificial intelligence. He's a self-motivated guy and has deep learning under the guidance of a supportive parents. He has recently proposed oral cancer kit through which anyone can self-test for oral cancer. particular dude has now developed his own app, I Thought Up. This app not only benefits the people, the customers, but also the brands. He started programming at the age of 9. That age, I used to sit in front of my old computer all day long, seeing those old cartoons. But he stood up and at the age of 14, he started developing his own app, I Thought Up. And now today, I am 14, but I'm nowhere near him. But you can be like Rupesh. Want? You can just be yourself and be innovative. Now, okay. This is a lighter, a full lighter.
6 minutes
Fuel inside is can be waste by scrolling time, but you can use it in a valuable way. Technology. Technology makes what was once impossible possible. These are a few words of Michael Gagliano. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges and my fellow contestants. I, Mohammed Talu, ask your permission to leave. Thank you for your time. See you later.
The type of interconnectedness, instant communication, and cultural exchange. The young people in particular stand out as a significant aspect in paving the way for bigger and better change. Their energy, thinking capabilities, and adaptability to the double-edged way known as technology has brought in changes across various sectors of our society. The young people of today effortlessly serve through the online landscape. Their ability to make the most out of technology and social media has led to the rapid spread of ideas, sparking ventures, and advocating for causes on a global scale. Online platforms such as Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube, act as stages for open voice developments, which just might start out the journey to success. These young individuals carry a burning passion for social and environmental causes. They initiate movements and address crucial issues such as climate change and social injustice. This is a graph of the younger generation of Americans, more than older generation, supporting and identifying climate action. They actively challenge existing norms and systems, striving to create a better, fair, and sustainable world. They even influence the global economy with their innovative startups. These ventures not only help with economic growth, but also provide with practical solutions to both local and global problems. This is 18-year-old Shah, created the first ever mini satellites officially recognized in NASA, and is a prime example of one of thousands of young people actively contributing to technology for our human advancement. All the points touched upon till now, however, have not been realized to their fullest due to barriers placed against our youth in the form of social and economic disparities and unequal access to education, as we can see in the
3 minutes over.
We must destroy such obstacles by providing the right and adequate amount of opportunities to those deprived. This way, we can unleash the full potential of the young people all over the world. Like our former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, the ignited mind of the youth is most powerful resource on the earth and beyond under the earth by creating an environment that encourages their participation, actively invests in their education, and values their faith. We can set our. This is Sheik from Al-Fajr International School. Today, I am going to talk on the topic of youth as agents of change or environment. The main thing in the environment is nowadays is climate change. Climate change is the biggest crisis that humanity have faced. We can protect the environment by using these environmental protection like grassroots activism, policy making bodies, non-government organizations, advisory bodies such as youth councils, and people can also contribute to environmental protection by addressing environmental and climatic change and demanding border action, policy and decision makers, bringing unique perspective and innovative ideas, and highlighting the negative effects of climate change. There are very simple steps we can take every day to make a drastic change. Like talk about it frequently. Even if you don't have all the answers for it, talk about it frequently because that's where the creativity and innovative ideas come from. Most of the people ignore it because they don't know what to do it, and how they can make a difference. So, like no other generations, we are connected from different areas, like connected to internet and social medias. So we can make this as an opportunity and change the environment. Like change the environment, like how to say, like if you use this opportunity and make a drastic change in the future, if we all combine together and join together, if you say more in the social medias and networks about the climate change, because that is the biggest issue in nowadays. And the rules of occurrence of the politicians who are saying all those things are the will of the people of the society. If we are successful enough as leaders, like if we are successful enough as to change our community, there is no other way that if we say they need to address about it,
3 minutes more.
address it about it to the people, and that's where we need to aspire and to make a change in the environment. Like we have just 25 years to make a vast change. After 25 years, in 100 to 200 years, I want to see people to able to see the blue sky which I am seeing, and not the toxic case of pollution. And last but not least, the time for the changes now. We need to change our environment because the youth has the environment in their hands. They have more opportunities like online, social medias and other things. Like you need to change it. The time for changes now. You should act as a good leader, and you should become a good leader, and change the environment. Inshallah. At last, the world's best saying is action. Let us show our potential, not in words but in deeds. Deserve the fair to come.
Allah.
MashaAllah. Now we have this Al-Fajr International School. Moving on to the next one. It's going to come up and participate. It is UPS, and the first participant to come up is Adil.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Father Kareem of Class 12 from Unity Public School, and I'm here to deliver a speech on the topic Youth as Agents of Change in Environment. I'm pretty sure you've heard the words global warming and climate change every now and then. But we don't really bother about it, do we? Because all we have to do if it's a bit hot outside is just turn on the AC and that's it. Problem solved. No, it's not that simple. Our actions have dire consequences. We think global warming is just a slight increase in temperature. Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. This slight increase in temperature can lead to disastrous flooding, can lead to reduction in biodiversity, and many other disasters. But yet, it does not affect my surroundings and it does not affect my livelihood. So, well, according to this news source, Mumbai would be submerged by 2050, which is not that long. And with the way things are going on right now, this will be much easier to predict than a race between a hare and a turtle. So why do I address that we, the youth, need to step up to tackle this crisis? It's because we, the youth, are the inheritors of the world. And if we do not act upon this crisis will come back to bite us hard. And what can we do to reduce or the impact on the climate? It's just bite more, educate, conserve water, the same thing you learn every single time. But this solves the problem on an individual level. 1 out of 8 billion, which obviously is not much. We need to do more. And so, what can we do? First off, we have to learn. In this information age, there are tons of misinformation going on right now about the environment. Some politicians even claim that climate change is not even real, despite it being proven countless times. And second, we have to practice. Knowledge without implementation is as useless as a concrete passion. And I'm not asking you to become some greater uncle overnight. And I know that it's impossible for us to be perfect, but we can be closer to perfection every day. And lastly, we have to educate others. And before I elaborate, how many of our parents actually know what climate change is? Now, to be fair, my parents don't know anything yet. And it's not just me and my parents. There are millions of people who do not know what climate change is, who do not know how it affects them. And so it is our duty and our responsibility to educate them and raise awareness. We, the youth, the Gen Z, have social media in our hands. We are the kings of social media. And instead of wasting the social media power with TikTok and Reels, why don't we just put it to some good use like raising awareness? And you might ask, when should I start implementing? Please do not procrastinate and put it till the end of December saying it's in your New Year resolution. Start today, start now. A small tree planted today will become a giant tree tomorrow. Thank you.
So here we have another blooming student from UPS who's going to come up and do it. Adil, Abdullah. Can you have all the mashallah?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Abdullah of class 12 studying in Unity Public School. And today I'm here to discuss a topic that is of immense significance in our rapidly evolving world. That is the role of the youth as agents of change in globalization. We all know that we are living in a world
that is way more interconnected than ever before. So the role of the youth in shaping the global landscape is of utmost importance. So, what is globalization? Globalization, in its essence, refers to the increasing interconnectedness and the interdependence of nations, communities, cultures, economies, and societies. It has brought both opportunities as well as challenges. It has opened new frontiers of trade, communication, and most importantly, the flow of ideas. But at the same time, it has also highlighted inequalities, environmental crisis, and much more. So overall, in this intricate web of globalization, the youth today stand as catalysts for positive change for a better tomorrow. So now, the youth. The youth are defined by their creativity, energy, and their passion. They are the torchbearers for change, for a better tomorrow. And they are the ones who have the power to drive the process of globalization in a direction that will benefit the entire of humanity. And here I am today to list out some solid, clear points on why the youth are the catalyst for positive change of a better tomorrow. Firstly, it is their fresh perspectives. The youth bring fresh perspectives and innovative ideas to the world. They see the world differently, unburdened by the preconceptions and the biases that come up with age. Their fresh perspectives can lead to groundbreaking solutions to the global challenges being faced. Secondly, they are technological pioneers. The youth are digital natives. They have grown up with technology and are comfortable in navigating their way in the digital universe. In an era where the key element of globalization is technology, they have a very unique selection, so they have a very unique advantage in shaping how our world is connected. Now, thirdly, it is the power of social media. Social media has emerged as a powerful tool. Social media has emerged as a powerful tool in creating and shaping opinions, as well as in disseminating information globally. This helps them in mobilizing people around the globe and also helps in creating awareness for social and environmental causes. Fourthly, it is the global solidarity. The youth are way more interconnected than ever before. They interact with peers of different nations, cultures, communities, and backgrounds. This fosters a sense of understanding and global solidarity. Lastly, they are the future leaders. Today's youth are indefinitely the future leaders of tomorrow. By equipping them and empowering them, we are ensuring that tomorrow's future lies in great hands. So, in conclusion, the youth are the future leaders of tomorrow. And by empowering them, the youth are the future leaders of tomorrow. We must invest in their education, provide them with plenty of opportunity, and also support their activism and initiatives. The youth by supporting them and by helping them, we are ensuring that tomorrow's future lies in great hands. Thank you.
We actually conducted the Birmingham Hospital and we also collect the waste from the school campus, the food waste, organic waste, the food waste, etc. And we conducted the Birmingham Hospital. The whole school is involved in it. And we also had half taken those crowd as well as native homes to it to make it fight fertile. And after 25 days, we actually have the Birmingham host and fill them with seeding trays. As you can see, we actually fill the seeding trays where we get a 15 centimeter grown saplings, which will be converted then to that miniature setup of the container. As you can see, these are the containers. This is the miniature setup of the project. So we have fishes. This is actually, as I told you, this is the miniature model. We have fishes inside a box, which helps in the nitrification cycle, which is excrete as ammonia where 1% bacteria and nitrobacillus and nitrobacillus convert ammonia into nitrites and nitrates, where the nitrates will be helpful for the plants as the plants' roots are in that touch with the water. As you can see, the water is not stagnating, it is actually circulating where the roots won't get water. And I have three principles in it: the automatic watering, automatic drama, and automatic seeder. So automatic, while I implemented in the last scale, the down part, it will be in touch with the water. While in the upper part, it actually moisturize, it activates the water, right? So when it's all those things, I can go across automatic watering, which actually runs with the IoT. It actually detects the water level, the moisture level of the plant, right? The plants, different kinds of plants will have different moisture level, right? The moisture level of paddy actually won't be the same. So, according to it, we have coded the sensors. So, when the sensor detects the plant dry, it actually sends the information to the Arduino where the particular motor of the sensor will be running, so that the water will be getting to that particular plant. And as we are using this, we get a message that this particular plant is being watered. The brinjal plant is being detected in less than water, it will get automatically, and the farmer will get that this particular brinjal plant is being watered. And we want to the second principle, that is automatic seeder. So as I told you, we are actually growing saplings in the seed. We put the seeds in the holes of the seeding trees. So as we are doing many projects, we found it difficult. So we came across automatic seeder, which is done by the NXT kit. So we actually have a IR sensor which detects the seeding tray, which is moved to the conveyor belt, and we actually have the suction pump which sucks the seeds and put it in the holes. This is how the whole thing is worked. And when the seed 3 minutes, so when the seeding phase ends, the infrared sensor detects and the whole program stops. And as I told you, we grow saplings of 15 centimeter. Next, for the last 2 to 3 years, we're actually hearing the problem of locust, which destroys 180 hectares of land in major parts of India. So, and it's one of those things. We came across automatic drama, which is also done by the NXT unit, where we have the sound sensor, and we detect the decibel of the locust, that's 85, and sends the information to the NXT with 2 servo motors will be coming in a total of 5 seconds. And after 5 seconds, if it hears again, it will run. That's the concept of it. And the major part, I told you that is the brilliance model, and the major thing is we have implemented it in the last scale. Yeah. So as you can see, these are the containers of the brilliance setup, and this is the last scale thing. As the rules are characterized with the word, I use paddy, which will grow in an interval of 6 months. But in our method, it grew in just 2.5 months. That is 72 days. I got a growth of paddy and cultivated it in just 72 months. And it is a real process, as I told you, fishes will be inside, right? So at the end of the harvest, we actually harvest the fishes as well as the plants which are being grown. And I told you we go post, right? We collect organic waste as well as plastic waste, right? The organic waste is made into manure. What about the plastic waste? We exchange it in the poultry mart, and we get 5 liter water can and 1 and 2 liters of water can, and we colorfully paint the 5 liter water can, and we fill the self-made vermicompost muscle campus and sell it as well as grow it hang it in the gardens, and we grow plants. And the 1 and 2 liter water bottles, we actually mold them together, we put them in cements, and we use it for replication method, and the shelves and slabs of the school, it is being used. So don't ask the question what can be done. Right? Don't ask the question what can be done. Bring out the solution. Go and work on the field, man. Bring out the solution. Go and work on the field where you will get the skills also. And you should, the school should incorporate everything, the environmental activities in your periods, so that the students can get development in skills also. That is the thing, and that is how I have used the thing. Thank you so much.
MashaAllah. Student 100.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So you guys have done this in your school, is it?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the whole school is involved.
You are part of the school?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Amazing work, amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Great to know. Great.
Thank you.
It's been so inspiring.
Thank you so much, sir.
Takbir.
MashaAllah.
So nice and wonderful because kudos to Fathima for asking this school to make this really initiative. And next, we will move on to one of another blooming student of that school. It is Ismayl, who is going to come and present.
Good morning to one of us here. I am Mohammed from Fathima Senior School, 12th student. And
about climate action. It is obviously climate change. First and foremost, what is climate change? Climate change is nothing but the long-term change in temperature and weather pattern, which is mostly caused naturally. But since 1800s, the human activities, which are like burning fossil fuels like coals and oils, lead to climate change. Next slide, we have types of waste. As you all know that there are two types of waste, biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Biodegradable consists of the organic waste. It is mostly organic, but even though it is very dangerous, like it emits methane gas, it's one of the heat-trapping gas and the greenhouse gas. And on the left side, we have plastic. And obviously, plastic is the doomsday of this millennium. Because it is very dangerous that when it is dumped in the water bodies the most, so when it dumped, it secretes a toxic substance which pollutes the soil and the water. This is the waste disposal. These are the top 10 countries which dispose the most household waste and municipal waste. And on the left, we have the pie chart of the percentage of waste. And greenhouse effect. We all are studying greenhouse effect in school. But greenhouse effect is that the greenhouse gases which are methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and so on. These gases emits, it goes to the atmosphere near Earth's surface and it depletes the ozone and sends vigorous heat to Earth. And on the left side, we have the percentage of the dumping organic waste, where 7.3 metric ton of waste is being dumped annually, and 15.3 metric ton of CO2 is emitted. As I said, CO2 is one of the heat-trapping gas and it is greenhouse gas, so it depletes the ozone and sends vigorous heat to our planet Earth. And in a recent research in India, over 5,400 metric ton of waste is being composed every day, and only 47% of us recycle properly. So as you, there was some guilt in my heart, like how can I pollute my mother earth? So that we came up with an idea. This is what a robot, which follows the line follow mechanism. That is two IRs and sub beneath the bar, with a direct dark shaded and light shaded medium, and go according to the bar. It is go to every house and collect the trashes. Like it has a camera on it, so that the people can dump their trashes and will segregate themselves, like biodegradable and non-biodegradable. And after it collects the trashes, it goes to the large trash can system. And the biodegradable is changed into fuel form as burning numbers in menu. That is for plants, and non-biodegradable is changed into fuel form through catalytic pyrolytic process, which is burning plastic in 500 degrees Celsius without the presence of oxygen and without the presence of carbon as a catalyst. You know what does mean pyrolysis? Pyro means heat and lysis means breakdown. So pyrolysis means breaking of particles at a needed temperature. So that the plastic is taken to the pyrolysis chamber where it is heated at 500 degrees Celsius, and we get the fuel in a gaseous form, and it goes to the condenser where it is changed into liquid form, and after refining we get 80% oil, 50% gas, and 5% carbon dioxide, which is ash.
3 minutes for.
And the 80% oil can be used as petroleum for the people, and the 50% gas can be used as a heating material, and the 5% carbon dioxide, which is ash, can be used as construction purpose. And on the bottom where you see some kind of bacteria, indeed it's a bacteria, it's called Pestalocases. This is a bacteria which contains polyurethane. Polyurethane is plastic, and there is a span of 2 weeks. So that we have implemented this idea, and it is mostly available in the Amazon rainforest. And another major problem in our Mother Earth is deforestation. You all know what deforestation is, but you may ask what does it come under climate change? So deforestation, if we do deforestation, the carbon accumulation, which is CO2 accumulation, gets more. So that when the CO2 is emitted, the ozone gets depleted and goes to global warming. So our project, EcoBot, is a bot where the audio and GSM, where the sound sensor, so that when an intruders come to the forest and cut the tree, the sound sensor will take the sound of the cutting down of the tree, and it is through GSM, it will send the information to the forest officials who can take immediate action on them. Even though if they can't reach on time, a camera is placed near the GSM so that they can catch the intruder's face and do the immediate action on them. So as I said, this is my topic, and I hope I sowed a seed in you that to save our planet Earth, and thank you for giving me this fabulous opportunity, and thank you.
MashaAllah. Nare Takbir. Nare Takbir. Nare Takbir.
Now we are going on to the one school, one and one school, Al-Hira. The first one who is going to come is Hassan Saleh.
Imagine you're coming back home after a tired day of school. What is the first thing you all approach towards? Any guesses? Any guesses? Our mobile phone, right? We all are like, oh my god, I had such a tiring day. I had loads of work. I badly deserve a break, right? And then you go on your mobile, and then you're like, and you call your friend, and you're like, bro, there's a new feature in my brain, hop to the game. And both of you hop out of the game, and you're like, gaming for hours and hours. And then you turn your head towards the clock. And then you notice it's 1 a.m. You have loads of work pending, and still you have school in a few hours. I guess this is a thing that we're getting about 70% of the teenagers these days, but that's what the stats for. And believe it or not, I had the same kind of day throughout my middle school, until one night, when I had a nightmare that I had failed my half-yearly exams in my school pathetically, and I was surpassed by all my classmates. Thank God, it was a bad night. And when I returned to school the next day, I saw one of my friends was being appreciated and applauded by all the students and teachers. Turns out that he had created a software which detected viruses before he even entered into your computer. Amazing, right? When I inquired this about him, he was like, bro, I use the same technology as yours, but I invested my time in digital courses and upskilling myself. I was amazed. Not to the fact that you created such a wonder, but to the fact that you get digital courses online except for games. But this day changed the course of my life, where I became a student who uses technology for the purpose of upskilling himself and education, instead of a student who wastes time. So, good morning everyone, respected teachers and my dear friends. I'm Hassan Sadiq of class 12B from Al-Hira School, and today I'm going to be talking on the topic, impact of youth on technology. The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. This statement is particularly true in the realm of technology. So, I'm going to be dividing my talk into 3 subtopics. Number 1, innovation and creativity. Number 2, entrepreneurship. And number 3, social change. Let us talk about innovation and creativity. As the saying goes, a young child's mind contains a million ideas. This young brain is filled with so much creativity which just needs to be unwrapped and executed. We all have heard about the great businessman, the social media king Mark Zuckerberg, right? And his amazing adaptation. Who doesn't know him? Well, have you wondered, what did he do when he was in his younger age? Well, it turns out, when he was at the age of 12, he created an SMS software with Zuckerberg for his father. He sent him a text to his father whenever a patient entered his father's clinic. And to the fact that he created this software using his father's receptionist computer. Stunning. Imagine what was I doing when I was 2 units. Thanks. Probably addicted to a game called Clash of Clans or something. Those were the days. Let's talk about entrepreneurship. You may have seen a recent increase in trends by the new startups and new businesses started by young individuals. We all have heard about Zephyr, right? I guess everyone has used it in the last year probably. Whenever our mom asks us to buy some groceries, we all are like, Mom, this Zephyr, right? But have you wondered who the founders of this amazing app were? Well, not a cooperative company with years of hard work. It was just 2 young 19-year-old aspiring college dropouts who came up with this crazy idea of opening a tenement area, which, according to sources, has become a $250 million turnover company. Great work. From the above examples I have mentioned, we get to know about 3 important points. Number 1, age is not a factor, which limits your innovation and creativity. Number 2, no matter how limited your resources are, the right use of it can create wonders. And number 3, no matter how small or big your innovation, depends on how much curiosity you invest in it. As I mentioned before, this young brain is filled full of creativity and curiosity. They bring you perspective, new ideas to the table, which have been used in technological advancements, leading to development in various fields, ranging from biotechnology to artificial intelligence. Well, when we are talking about technology, how can we forget the most important aspect of it? Any guesses? It's social media, right? Everyone nowadays uses social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. While you are uploading reels and sending memes to your friends, some youth are actually using the social media for the development. Some youth are actually using this to make it as a source of upskilling themselves and as a source of income. The social media has played a major role in spreading awareness about the atrocities occurring around the world. And a special thanks to the youth have contributed by manifesting protests around the world and trends across social media for helping in providing justice to the oppressed. And you stand. When we're talking about the award things, we forget the most important things that with all the privileges provided to us, we tend to forget that these privileges are not equally distributed around the world. There are children in Syria, there are children in Ethiopia, they do not have basic technological advancement. A child in Yemen does not have a single mobile phone to contact his parents who are living as refugees in other countries. SubhanAllah, may Allah help them. But we, as the youth of this nation, we have to stand up. We have to take serious measures and sincere efforts so that we can cover this digital divide. We have to stand up so that we can cover the digital divide and so that every child around the world has access to technology. Inshallah. In conclusion, you may be thinking, the youth are impacting the world with the resources provided to them, right? The technology, the resources provided. Well, it's hardly 10% of the youth who are actually
6 minutes.
2 minutes. So the youth are actually using it, but actually 90% of the youth are actually misusing the technology provided. Our parents never had this kind of technology. Our grandparents never had heard of these kind of privileges, but they still came up in life. They still prospered. What excuse do you think we have? We have all the resources. We all have the privileges and all the technological advancements provided to us, but we are still lagging. What do you think will be the examples for our future generations? So we need to stand up. We need to stop wasting our time watching all those reels and sharing memes. We need to use the technology and resources provided to us. Can we do it, my dear brothers and sisters? Can we do it? I can't hear anymore. Can we do it? Surely we can. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides us tawfiq to prosper in this dunya and the afterlife. I would like to thank all the judges and all the friends sitting around here to lend me their precious time. Thank you everyone. Jazakallah khair, جزاكم الله خير. جزاك الله خير. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله تكبير.
Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah.
Moving on, the next contestant we have is Ashfaq.
I used to walk past the road nearby my house, and on my right, I got a view of a river which is totally surrounded by garbage and stuff. But years pass by, and even now, I walk past the same river, and I get to see some changes in it. What were those changes? I can't guess what you're all thinking. They may be tall buildings or shopping complexes built upon the river, but that's not the case. Only extra tons of garbage dumped into the river, which has totally contaminated the water. What should I do? Should I complain about this to my parents? Teachers? But how will their involvement solve this issue? What can be the solution for this? Let's find out. Good morning to one and all present today. I'm Afan of class 12 from Al-Hira Modern School. Today, I'm going to speak on the theme, impact of youth as agents for change in our environment. The impact of youth as agents for change in our environment is immense. With our energy, innovative thinking, and passion, innovative thinking, and passion, right change and make a difference. Our voices matter. We should use them to raise awareness about environmental issues. But we don't use our voices for these useful things. If it is about a new movie or a new song or a new game or things, our voices travel all around the world. But for these issues, it doesn't surpass our residential areas. What a pity. But if we need our environment, if it is not
enough to communicate with our ideas. One of the most significant ways that youth can create an impact is through education. By educating ourselves and others about environmental issues, we can create awareness and inspire action. We can teach about sustainable practices like reducing waste, conserving energy, and protecting natural resources. As Mahatma Gandhi quoted, there is sufficiency in the world for man's need, but not for man's need. Another way that youth can create an impact is by taking action in their communities, by volunteering for environmental organization, by creating awareness programs, and by promoting sustainable practices among schools and neighborhoods. Are you all aware of the All India project? Every year, Indian Coast Guards helps protect these turtles which gather along the Odisha coast and in various places for breeding and nesting from November to February. From this year, why can't it be us who helps those turtles? By working together, we can create a positive impact to our environment. But there is a major threat to our environment. What is that? Can you guess? That's pollution. It is the main cause for our environmental issue as it poisons the air, water, and soil. In the past few decades, the number of industries have rapidly increased, and these industries let the untreated waste into the water bodies, in the air, and in the soil. As Samuel Taylor Coleridge quoted, water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. How true these words are. The uneven distribution of water and the fact that only 3% of available water is fresh water forces us to consider its effective usage. Of fresh water, only 1% is available in lakes and rivers. Do we understand the importance of water? At least now, it's high time we realize it. Finally, youth can also create an impact by prescribing change at a policy level, by engaging with elected representatives and policymakers to push the environmental policies to promote sustainability and to protect our planet. Do anyone know about a girl who has raised her voice for the purpose of climate change? She is Greta Thunberg, a Swedish environmental activist. Thunberg rose to fame in 2018 when she organized school walkouts for the purpose of climate change. Do you know where she held her first protest? It was outside the Swedish parliament and it was known as the School Strike for Climate. That's daring. If she can do this, why can't you and me? In conclusion, I would like to say that we have the power to make a difference in our environment by educating ourselves and others, by taking action in our communities, and by prescribing change at a policy level. We can create a sustainable world for ourselves and for future generations. At last, I would like to invite every one of you to give a positive impact to our environment. Welcome to the Green Team. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. Now we are going to the last segment of this talk. We are going to the last school, 5-minute school, Saram School. And yes, the first person to come up and speak of Saram School is Afeef.
Empowered by innovation and fueled by passion, we youth have an incredible potential to create a technological revolution, lighting a way towards a beautiful future where imagination shapes reality. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I, Mohammed, am here in front of you all, going to talk about how you can create a dramatic change in the field of technology. So, who are all you? The answer for that is very simple. We all are youth. Maybe not the elderly people, but we all are youth. When we talk about technology, everything is technology, from the mic we use, from the television which is here, from the phone, from the mobile phone which is in the pocket of my master. Everything is a technology. And why can't elderly people can create a change in technology? Why should we, a youth, should create? For that, my answer is very simple, because the elderly people doesn't have much potential like our youth. We youth have incredible potential. We have a creative mind. Our creative mind is second to any. We, using our creative mind, can create many wonders. So, before me, many of my speakers came and spoke to you, stated that you can make a change in technology. Now, I'm going to say how and why you can make a change in technology. So, I'm going to share some insight on the topic. I'm not just going to bore you with speaking of geography and environment and globalization. I'm going to teach you about an interesting topic, technology. It's an interesting aspect and an important thing in the field of future. So, first, what can we do as a youth to improve the field of technology? The first point I would like to say is constant learning. I'm not going to say you just keep on learning science, maths, English from morning to night. No. You should gain knowledge. Constant studying leads to beautiful future for you, for all, for the entire world. It gives you an opportunity to create wonders. You don't know what to create, you don't know what to start. Start with a problem. Are we gods or what? We all have problems, from minor problems to major problems. We all have some or the other problems. Start with a problem. Try to create a solution. See, us in our school, just before 2 days, me and my friends created technology for blind people. For blind people to cross the traffic roads without any hindrance, without bashing people and without standing in front of vehicle. So then, I was thinking how to create what blind people will suffer. So I thought of a problem, I came up with a solution, and I made an invention. So that is how you create. Next, collaboration and network. See the technology. See the technological field thrives through collaboration. You should connect with like-minded individuals through locally as well as globally. What are we doing? We are just opening the phone, going to Snapchat, just doing some pics, posting it. We are opening YouTube, just seeing shots. Why should we do it? I'm not saying that we should not do anything like that. Even I do. I'm a game freak, you know. I daily at least I play games half an hour a day. That's who I am. But I'm not saying that you should not enjoy, should not entertain anything. I'm just saying that you should make some steps to create a wonderful future for us and for the world. Why are you not making years to studying in school, graduating, and living your life and that? Is that it? What if someone asks, who is this person? They'll just say, one of the state is another state. But if you create a one day, you say, this person did so much thing for this world. And he created a drastic change, dynamic change in the field of technology. Like that. You should utilize the social media. You should not just use social media for posting pictures or watching movies or playing games. You should also use social media to connect with like-minded individuals, to share your ideas. Just because if you fail, if you're doing a project, you're failing, doesn't mean that you have to go out. Thomas Alva Edison did it 10,000 times before he found a light bulb. Do you know that? Yeah, of course you know. We all are using light bulbs, several light bulbs, even at night and morning. But if he didn't do that after 10,000 tries, we would not be this happy. We would not be peaceful at nights. Scared some other stranger would come to our house and sleep. See, that's the problem. We have to create some things. And at last, we have to understand the ethical implications of technology. So, before I conclude the topic, I'd just like to say that technology is like a canvas for the future. And we, youth, are the painters, and we have the chance, we have the potential to create a change. With just our willpower and determination. The future is in our hands. When I say it's in our hands, you can see your hands, it's metaphorically. So it's in our hands and the future is ours to shape. Thank you. Jazakallah for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of you.
The next contestant is Farhan.
Imagine, the sky was so clean, you can taste it. Where rivers run crystal clear, and the rustling leaves of vibrant forest represent the symphony of life. Now imagine the current situation. Polluted skies, infected rivers, plastics, oceans and whatnot. All of this like urgent call in distress by our planet Earth. Gentlemen, the actions we take, the decisions we make, directly influence whether our dream of a perfect future becomes reality. Assalamu alaikum, my name is Farhan, and join me as we embark upon this beautiful journey of self-discovery and change, where we, the youth of the nation, can bring significant change towards the environment. To begin with, I would like to quote Lester Abraham, who said, "We have not inherited this world from our forefathers, no. We have borrowed it from our children. This world does not belong to us. It never did and it never will. The sooner we understand that, the greater impact we can make." Now tell me, what did one ocean say to the other? Nothing. They just waved. But imagine if they could high five or even fist bump over the thought of a pollution-free environment. All of us are aware of the various species that plague our Earth: global warming, pollution, climate change. So here are some of the steps that you can take, and I have personally taken in order to ensure we are able to fight against such diseases. Practice sustainable development. Not only consume responsibly, but also dispose responsibly. Use energy efficient sources. Plant trees. When you plant a tree in your house, you can convert it into a safe haven, which cannot be infiltrated by anybody. Try eco-farming. Reduce, use, recycle. The most simple yet the most effective method in protecting the environment. Participate in initiatives such as National Pollution Control Day, World Environment Day is being set up so that we individuals can understand the importance of saving the earth. So from my side, I would like to take an initiative. I welcome you all to Waste-Free Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, we'll be taking a little bit of our time aside from our daily lives, because all of us are very busy people, where we will learn about pollution control and management. Students can learn how to control their waste and participate in much more initiatives. Now I would like to introduce you to Fathima, a 9-year-old girl who filed a lawsuit against the National Green Tribunal, India's top environmental court, claiming that the government is not taking enough steps to fight climate change. Her initiative gained widespread popularity throughout multiple social media platforms, and since then, she has become leader of 12 such youth-led climate change programs. Probably the most important aspect of saving the environment is taking action. To quote Robert Swan, the biggest threat to our nation is the belief that somebody else is going to save it. You see this gentleman behind me? He is Afeef, the man who created history for the world's biggest beach cleaning. 3 minutes. The world's biggest beach cleaning project. Heavily distressed by the heaps of plastic that wash up against the shore of Warsaw Beach every day, he decided to take action. Along with his friends, family, and thousands of members, he managed to create history by clearing 7 million tons of plastic and other garbage in just a span of 4 days. It truly depicts how a young man can achieve history by taking action. Now, I would like to take a moment to remind all of you about forgotten Sunnah. It is said by our beloved Prophet that if any person plants a tree and if it is an insect or an animal that eats from it, it is considered to be an act of charity. My journey might have come to an end here, but please remember that it will always continue right here in our hearts. So please help save the environment, because the earth is something that all of us have in common. So let's shield her and preserve her grace, because in her care, our future will be raised. Thank you, appreciate your time.
MashaAllah. The next contestant is Rahman. Now I think the Sunnah will take over for 2 participants from Europe.
Globalization. Because sharing cat videos and memes should know no boundaries. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Mohammad Raihan of grade 11, and And today, I stand before you to speak on the fascinating phenomenon of globalization. But not just your typical globalization. Globalization led by the youth in mental awareness. Now, I'm going to be giving you a 5-star meal worthy of a speech. So sit back, relax, and let the man cook. Now let's roll our clocks to the day myself and my friends hosted our first outreach program, which was held by us, our school, and MFEI. And on that program, I had the beautiful opportunity to speak on the topic, the power of optimism, positive thinking. And I was able to speak in front of so many other schools. And after the session, I felt as if I had achieved something, as if I had done something good, as if I just sprinkled a bit of positivity on top of the world. And that made me want to do more. And that ignited a fire in me. Now let's come back to the present day. That fire that ignited on me that day led me to a path of wondering whether what would happen if every single person had positive thinking. It would be huge. But there was just one problem: mental health issues. Now, how many of us here face depression, anxiety, stage fear? I do. They got these sweaty palms. Yes, why does this happen? From teenagers to fully grown adults, they face this. Now let me give you an example. Something most of us have faced and are going to face. Board exams. Dun, dun, dun. No, the pressure in the room just increased. Because your family members, your parents, everyone have high hopes for you. Just when you get to hear the words board exams, you get nervous. Because your teachers, they give you so many assignments. And on top of that, you have to cover the syllabus, and so much you have to put in your efforts, and then they say that you have to take science. Oh my God, so much pressure. And what happens? All of this pressure builds up inside. And it creates anxiety, depression, fatigue. We aren't able to blow the steam off. And mental illness is like the roadblock. There could be the rocks, the pathway of leading a beautiful life. And counselors and therapists, well, they are like the superheroes. The superheroes that help us to clear the roadblocks. Because to therapists, we could blow the steam off. We could tell them everything without the fear of being judged. Because mental illness is a global issue faced by many across the globe. And I was devastated by this. So I took matters into my own hands. With the help of my beloved mother, I got into contact with a few NGO officials. And I pitched them my idea of how the therapist comes to the person instead of the person going to the therapist. Now, there are two types of people. One who don't know what therapy is, who don't know who therapists are and what they do. And on the other hand, there are people who know who therapists are, but they just think they are a waste of time and money. But let me tell you, that's not true. Therapists are the people who help us to clear the roadblocks in life and lead us to a better life. Now, as I said, how do we bring the therapist to us? So, can we just teleport the therapist to our home? Of course not, people. That hasn't happened yet. We are living in the 21st century, the century of technology. So, we can connect the therapist anywhere across the world, the globe, Raihan from India, and I want to connect with therapists who, let's say, is there in US. We can connect to them through these web portals like Google Meet, Zoom, and so much more. This globalizes it because mental health is a bigger threat than Kim Jong-un. And as Mr. Rahman, his mantra, the mantra to lead a happy life is to learn, share, and care. And yes, sir, I did dip through your LinkedIn profile. And with that, I'd like to conclude my speech. And remember, I am an youth, an agent of change. And this is an initiative taken by the youth for the youth. Jazakallah.
Truly wonderful speech given by Raihan. Up next, I would like to welcome Mohammad. Mohammad, the stage is yours. Every effort counts, every person matters. Wait, we the change makers are in process. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Faisal from class 12. I feel really honored to be here as an youngster who is a change for the environment. It does not matter in which field you want to progress, whether technically or sports or any other categories. Youth is required everywhere. We must be aware of our inner power and strength in the role we play in society. Guys, 1 minute to show you something. What am I holding in my hand right now? A particular paper or just 100 rupees note? What is the value of this 100 rupees note among us today? Is it a sandwich, a burger, or just a cup of coffee? That's it. What is the real value of this 100 rupees note? What can it actually do? Yes. It can help a student to buy a book and a pen. Then with this, I remember a famous quote said by Malala Yousafzai. There is one book, one pen, and one teacher can change the world. Guys, we youngsters. We youngsters are the greatest asset of a country, building blocks of a nation, and we are the backbone of the society. Our intelligence and hard work will not only take a country to the path of success and prosperity, but also needs to create a good and safe environment. Do you all remember what had happened in 2015 when Chennai city was drowned in water? As thousands of people lost their homes and belongings overnight. It was youngsters who took this sole responsibility to help and volunteer the people in need. Okay, that's just an example of what am I doing as an individual and what's my contribution to the society. Last year when I was scrolling the news, I saw that Delhi was more polluted. And then people over there are breathing harmful gases. This news was buzzing in my mind, and then later I got the chance to participate in the National Science Fair. I took that science fair as an opportunity to find a device which could measure the harmful pollutants and integrate it into data. I'm doing that project for the third place in National Science Fair. And I didn't stop till then. As I'm a people-oriented and social-minded person, my thirst in serving the society increased. Today, when I joined a youth management organization, by which I was able to reach any number of people, like old age people and children who are with disability needs. We actually went to the orphanage and visited those kids. And then it was such an experience that it made me feel like I want to serve the society more. And we were also helping people who are in need of daily requirements.
Brilliance.
So as an individual, when I came to this mess, guys, can you imagine, when we all join hands together, we can create wonders. And save the best for the last. Youths are not only the leaders of tomorrow, but also the partners of today. With this, thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar. Takbir.
Delightful speech given by Faisal. I'd like to welcome Mohammed faster to the stage.
I showing here? It's a blank PPT. What is that in that? Well, I tell you one thing. This depicts one thing, fear. And I was asked two things. What makes me fear the most? You know, I said literally from my heart the first thing. Because I am a 12th standard student and I search for a particular headline when there is heavy showers in Chennai. If at all I don't see that headline, my heart goes baffled. You know what that headline is? It goes by Ganamale Karamага Palli Kallurigal Vidumurai. This is the headline every student searches, and it's so delightful. But the second thing I was asked, I told that this is really scary because not only me, but every single one of in this room is scared of. Let's see what's that. Before we go there, let's see what India has done. India is the sixth largest economy. Britishers in your face. We are the second steel production. We are second in coal production, and we are literally third in electricity production. But India is the fifth most polluted country in the world. It is the third country emitting carbon footprint. And we are in the 7th rank of global climate risk index. This is the harsh reality that every one of us is facing. And literally, this is what is happening. You understand, I understand, but we remain ignorant. 25 years ago, people had an excuse. They didn't know much about climate change. But what excuse do we have now? Can we tell that we don't know this, we don't know that? Come on, we are a generation of AI. I call myself a Gen Z. And there are millennials too. But the main purpose is here, we need to be responsible in all ways. And how is that? Literally, this will tell you how is that. It was this 3 minutes done, and now it is a picture which tells that exactly what needs to be done. 3 minutes. So, in this picture, it clearly states that an axe is placed on a microphone. You know what this states? It states that literally in the world, if you want to make a change, you start with your voice. You have a voice, you have a thing with which will reach out to the entire globe. Use your voice against the oppressors. Use your voice against each and every person that is being oppressed. This is something that we really need to take in our own hands and start. And finally, climate change is real. It's happening way more faster than any of us believe. We are not being responsible for ourselves, but these are some creatures who we need to be responsible for. We need to look out for them because we are not only the people or the living beings living in this whole Mother Nature. With this, I want to say, this is Mohammed with climate change, signing off from Salam al Rasul. Jazakallah, Assalamu alaikum.
And now request our Vice Principal, Salim sir, to hand over the memento to our Chief Guest as a token of appreciation. Allahu Akbar. Nare Takbir. Nare Takbir.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rupesh is the Aleem, Rupesh is the Aleem, Rupesh is the Aleem, Rupesh is probably Sooriya, Abid, will stand here for. Okay, so today it's been a great day for me for presiding over this honorable event, which comprises of many schools, and I'm pretty happy to be here in this final moment. And what I thought of doing today is I just want to ask you, do you want some lecture from me? Or do you want to learn something quickly on public speaking? Public speaking? Yeah. Can you do that now? Is it okay? Really? Really? Yes. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Alright, okay. So let's start with this. Now, in public speaking, I just want to share few things which will be helpful, okay, which I believe and I've been practicing that as well. Number one is, before you start your speech, what to do? According to the research done, the moment a speaker has been invited, the time from which the speaker has been invited, and when he gets up from his seat, and the way he gets onto the stage, that matters a lot. Is it clear? The participants make a snap judgment about the speaker within 3 to 5 seconds, right? So they make a judgment whether this speaker, oh my god, is boring. So, or this speaker, okay, come on, yeah, he is very energetic. Yeah, probably like he is going to give something which is going to be interesting for me to listen. So they just take 3 to 5 seconds as per the research. So what is that you have to do within the 3 to 5 seconds? Any guesses? Can I hear from you? It's not. I just don't want to talk alone. I just want to hear from you guys. Yeah. Within 3 to 5 seconds, what can you do to hook the audience? Okay, let me demonstrate. Somebody is calling me. We welcome Rahman onto the dais. Okay. I'm coming like this. I'll enhance it. Okay. I'm sitting like this. And Mohammed has been called and just walking like this. And then there is a few stage, but I prefer to stick to a side. And I start with this. Good morning, everyone. I really thank Salam for inviting me to this great evening. Today I want to talk to you about the public speaking. How does it feel, guys? How does it feel? Boring, right? Will anybody listen to me? No, right? Okay, let me show you how to start. Let us welcome Aleem to the dais now for delivering speech. And this is how I said, and then I come like this. What am I doing now? I am occupying the center stage. I'm not starting my speech, right? When I start my speech, I say, come on, hi guys, yeah, good morning everyone. I'm Felicitation Ceremony, and blah 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 blah. Did I do that? What am I doing? I didn't speak a word. I just entered with energy. I'm not asking you to do a sprint here, but you should show that energy, enthusiasm, and zeal. And then I am coming and occupying the stage, center stage. And then what I'm doing is just pausing. I'm not speaking. And then giving a smile. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has told us, smile is the greatest gift that you can ever give to others. How many of you have smiled as soon as you came to the stage? How a couple of people smile out of the whole lot. That smile is very captivating. The moment that you smile, that is within 3 to 5 seconds, people make a snap judgment that, okay, this guy seems to be very confident. Let me listen to him. They will at least start to listen to you first. Am I making sense so far? Everyone? Yes. And then, first thing is, you need to smile. Like this. And then, absorb the energy by just looking at them for 2 seconds without talking. And then you start your speech. Got it? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, let me ask you some question here. Suppose if you hear the same thing which has been done by so many people multiple times, what will you feel? Feel bored, right? Bored, right? So there are some techniques in public speaking in which you can start your speech. Many people did a phenomenal job, and I was very happy. I'm very happy about it. They have picked it up. What is the usual way of starting a speech? Let me tell you. I know this has been happened in so many times. Some speaker will come and say, "Good morning, everyone." And then hardly some 5 people will say, "Good morning." And then say, "What? Did you guys have any breakfast today? Good morning." Then again they will say, "Okay." Then from 5 it will become 25. "Good morning." Can you guys? So this is where, have you seen this happening? What is the impact of it? Okay, according to the modern research in public speaking, it says it's not very effective. It's not very effective. Don't ever do that. The reason is, it's like forcefully you are trying to acquire the interest of the participant. That doesn't stay long. So it is like, okay, if I'm not going to say good morning, then what am I going to be? So it's some kind of a forced thing that's been imposed on the on the audience to say good morning and then respond to the speaker. Okay, so that's not a good way of doing it. So there are many modern ways of doing it. That's a problem. So if we're going to teach that, it's going to take longer time. But let me tell you that many people say how to hook the audience. They without saying that. Usually, I'm not saying good morning, or that is wrong or anything like that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm only saying the best ways of hooking the audience. The moment you hook the audience, then it becomes easier for you to deliver. Alright? That's the second thing. And the third thing quickly which I want to tell you is your presence on stage. Your presence on stage. There are multiple ways in which you can occupy the stage. Number 1, there are speakers who prefer to stand in one place and then deliver. Is that okay or not okay? It's okay. It's okay. There are speakers who prefer to walk across the stage and they deliver. Okay, but there are a couple of things here. So first thing is clear, right? You can smile and you can be as confident as you are by standing in one place and still deliver. The other method is, walking on the stage. Let me say something here. Have you seen a tiger or a lion inside a cage? Can anybody guess how does it? Have you seen the tigers like this, walking like this? Like this, so many times, and then watching you. Can anybody? You've seen, right? Why? You know why? But if you see a lion or a tiger in a jungle, how majestic it would be. It will just lie down and it will not walk like that, right? Why? Then why is that within a cage a lion or tiger is walking like this? Because any guesses? Sorry? Presence. Any guesses? Any guesses? If somebody is going to get you locked in a small cage, you get distressed. It's a suffocation for the lion or the tiger within that small space. So it is actually trying to release the pressure or the stress, and that is why it is working like this continuously. And it applies to public speaking as well. If somebody is going to speak like this, continuously like this, walk like this, that means it will show as the participant is stressed and is not confident. But then how should I walk? Then how can I walk? Okay, let me just show you. This is how we can walk, For example, let me just enact a piece of thing. Yeah. For example, okay. How many of you know about Greta Thunberg? Greta Thunberg is the youngest girl in the entire world who initiated action against the climatic change. The disastrous thing that's been done by so many so-called developed countries in the world. She was the one who actually started the movement of, fighting against those so-called developed countries. And she has pulled in millions of kids, and in a single day, a lot of schools went on strike in school, within the small children. So they're just enacted here. So, do you see me walking across the stage? How am I walking? Not walking like this continuously. It's very graceful. You really want to, because here the stage is like this, but in a lot of places the stage will be like widespread. The speakers use their walking style to reach to all the audience. Like this they walk, and then they go and talk to them. And then they pause them. And then they come to the middle of the stage, and then they do it. And again they move to the other corner of the stage, and then they address it. It's very grateful. Another mistake which a lot of people do is, moving back and forth, like this. Which is also the same reason that you're getting stressed. Is it useful, guys? Is it useful really? Am I boring? Alright, okay. So with this, I would also like to, thank the Sana Model School for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be on stage here and then discuss with you guys, with you all. And all the best. You are doing phenomenal, guys. And one suggestion is, please, all the speakers here who want to be a speaker, please get formally coached on public speaking and then improve your skills. I'm sure that with this kind of a skill, I don't know whether already some of you might have been going with some coaching or something like that, but even if you're not, please take a formal coaching and then improve your skills and you will reach the heights. Jazakallah for giving me this opportunity. So now we come to the interesting part of the event, right? So guys have been anxiously waiting. Yeah, enough of my lecture. So from the junior category, the third prize goes to Muaaz from Unity Public School. The second prize for the junior category goes to Adil Suhail N from Aadil International School. From the juniors category, first prize goes to Rahman, MA. Let's move on to the seniors category. Third prize. Any guesses? Okay. Mohammad Raihan from Sana Model School. And the second prize goes to Afan and Al-Hira. Actually, he got the same point, but because of the time, he exceeded a little bit, so we are providing second. First prize goes to Muhammad from Sana Model School.
Now we are having a participation certificate. Called Afeef, Adil, Aleem from Al-Fajr. Mohammad Raihan from Al-Fajr. Abid from Unity Public School. Abid from Unity Public School. Abdullah from Unity Public School. Affan Ismayl from Unity Public School. Abdullah from All International School. Rupesh from Fathima Center Secondary School. Yojith Suhail from Fathima Center School. Ibrahim from Sanam School. Mohammad from Sanam School. Mohammed from Al-Fajr School. Fareedh Ahmed from Al-Fajr. Sheik Mohideen from Al-Fajr. Adil from Yojith School. Abdullah from Yojith School. Suhail from Fathima Center School. From Fathima Center School. Afeef from Sanam School. Mohammed from Sanam School. Myself, Mohammed from Sanam School. From Al-Hira. Congratulations to all the winners and participants. Your hard work and dedication has truly paid off. As the curtains fall on this spectacular day event, I extend a heartfelt thanks to everyone who made this day possible. To our esteemed guests, participants, school authorities, teachers, volunteers, and all attendees, thank you for your presence and support. Let's applaud once again for all our talented participants and congratulate the winners on their remarkable achievement. Jazakallah for everyone for being a part of this wonderful celebration of language and creativity. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.